After this video, my hardcore world will be changed a lot. Why have I not been making any hardcore episodes for a long time? Nobody asked? Well, it's because I have been working on my hardcore world for a long time building-wise. I mentioned before that I didn't really like too much about how my world looked like at the moment. It's kind of a mess, so I wanted to fix it. Now, I may have over-exaggerated how much I wanted to do it, but believe me, still, I still do a lot of stuff in this video, and because there's 5 recordings that are over an hour long each, I don't want to edit all that, and you don't want to watch all of that. I'm gonna make it seem a lot less time just by me just commentating over some of the parts I built, some of the funny parts, and all that other stuff, so I hope you enjoy. Here I was looking around in my terrible storage system that I still didn't have organized yet for all of these items that I needed, because there was a lot of stuff I was planning on building. Little did I realize this was not going to be near enough. The first thing I wanted to work on was the nether portal, because it looked really lonely out here, and I didn't like how every time I get out I would risk dying to nighttime. There's a ravine right next to it, and I really didn't like it. So I did fix up the top of the nether portal, and then I began working on the little nether base. I wanted there to be something unique at the top of my portal, and this is what I thought of at the moment, but later it gets changed. In order to do this, I need to clear out a lot of space, and that is what I did. I also cut down some more trees because I wanted acacia wood for this project, and I also was going to use the leaves for the trails later on. Then I started building. Oh wait, I need more trees. No sea pickles, no life. They never learn. You can see that I have the floor done, but this was only the beginning. For the front entrance of this place, I wanted to use glass, because then I can see out of the place, and then that way I'll know whether it's nighttime or daytime, and whether there will be monsters that will kill me. I also later put a little exit up at the top, just in case there's a creeper standing like right outside the door, and that was really helpful too. Keep in mind that to do all this, I kept cutting down acacia wood, but I cut it out of this video. But this is what I have so far. This was the frame. The portal was definitely going to change, so I could still have some room, because I was running out. Taking a break from that, I decided to start tearing down this enchanting room, because I didn't like how it looked at the outside of my house, and I had a better place to put the enchanting room. I just stored it all in a chest for now. Yeah, keep in mind that most of my stuff is gonna get torn down and remade in this video. Just keep that in mind. See that little house on top of that hill? Yeah, that thing's going. For this nether portal, and for most of my builds, I wanted there to be a lot of blackstone, so I turned it all into a block that I like, which is polished blackstone bricks, and then I started building the rest of the part. And yes, I will definitely use these for a lot of the other builds. I wanted to put these blackstone just a bit in because I wanted the acacia to stand out more, but due to the lack of room, I wasn't able to do that. But later I would fix it to make it still look okay enough for it. I needed some shroom lamps, so I decided to take some off of my little mining part. I was going to anyway, so whatever. Okay, so for the building on top of that hill with the cows, I liked how the warped, whatever that's called, the thing you see on the screen, and the crimson version of it looks really nice when it's next to each other, and it's used kind of as a substitute for a window. So I wanted to do that in this build and in a lot of other ones. So that's what I use that for. This is when I realized that it looked kind of bad, so I wanted to fix the outside of it and put something at the top to make it look better, maybe even a bit more castle-y. This is what it looked like right now, but I needed more blackstone, so I decided to go to the nether, but in my opinion, I think it made it look a lot better and less boxy. I'm gonna be doing a lot of this in this video. And a lot of this. And pretty much after that, with the ladders and everything, the build was pretty much done. I had the portal, I had a bed so I could sleep at the night, and I had a ladder to go to the top. And I don't know if I showed this, but there's also a chest in there that has stuff that I would need for the nether, like gold boots and potions of fire resistance. Next step was to take this thing down. And I have been sharing these sheep for eating the grass and then they're growing the wool, but I don't even end up using the thing I was intending it for, and I end up using it for something else. So I guess I'm just gonna cut out the parts where I'm sharing these sheep. After tearing all this down, I wanted to make the floor first, and just like I did the other one, except I really want to pay attention to make sure I have enough room. And I decided to do some weird sort of thing like this. It kind of looks like a basket when you look at it, when there's a lot more than at this part though. Then I started with a wall. No, that is not another portal. That is black stone wall. It was at these moments where I realized that I was going to need a lot more blackstone. By the way, I was making it with the frame. It had to be like the wall and then another wall in order to make it look alright. So basically it's like me making two buildings and not just one. Oh, it was terrible. I stuck with these designs too because I think I'd like it, and I didn't just keep red on one side and blue on the other. I kind of alternated like I did this just to make it look a bit better. One of my original plans was to make this like all blue and then a different building all red, but I realized nah, I don't really want to do that. Back to the nether to get more blackstone. Wait, oh no, I'm getting basalt. Yeah, I need basalt for this. I decided to use basalt instead of acacia wood, so instead of one building being red and another being blue, it was the uniqueness of it. Anyway, the uniqueness of it will be the sides of the building. Like the last one was acacia, this one was gonna be basalt. And I wanted to do polished basalt though. Polished basalt, so much better. I'm gonna cut most of this build out, even though it took almost about as long, maybe a little less because I knew basically what I was doing, but I made the roof and stuff like that pretty much the same. I'm pretty sure I put a ladder at top, who knows, and I still put all the necessary stuff I needed in the build. And also, at this point I realized that it's gonna be kind of hard to see actually what the building is gonna be like. So, at the end of the video, I'm going to do a little tour. Hello, this is another voiceover interrupting the previous voiceover. Do not stick till the end for the tour. I'm gonna do that in a separate video, because this one's gonna be too long. This is just the process of what happened in the video. By the way, this is what I mean about that second layer wall thing. If I didn't do this, it would look terrible. And more blackstone. I had 2 seeds in my inventory and I wanted to get rid of them, and turns out I didn't have that advancement yet, so I mean, hey, one step closer to 100%ing the game, because I am totally gonna do that, And my new mining place is finished. So much better than the old one. Oh wait, forgot the roof. The roof is basically just gonna look like the floor. Yeah, let's not talk about this anymore. Oh yeah, and this. The sides were a little boring, so I decided to do this, and I think that looks cool. With my building standards, at least. Keep in mind I'm not a good builder, and something small like this was actually, like, crazy for me. I never build this good. Have you seen my house? Remember this really long bridge, dangerous thing at the top of my house that I decided to put water all the way down? Well, I decided to get rid of that. I used it for the raid, by the way, and I kind of wanted to keep it, but I thought, no. And there's pillagers. I did not know where the banner man was, and later you'll see that pillagers also come again. But then I finally realized why I'm getting so much pillagers, and that is because there's 2 villages next to my house. I think that's why. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you know why that's happening. So whatever reason, in a video way while back, one of my hardcore episodes, there was a floating tree, and I decided to put walls around it just to like honor the tree, and I don't know why. But then I had to fight off these pillagers who thought they were funny and went to my house. And this time there was a bannerman. So I decided that I wanted to try to replicate the lava trick I did on the previous raid. It kinda worked, but not really, and then there was a huge mess that I had to clean up. Oh my gosh. There's times when I wonder whether I'm making my world better or worse. You're kidding, right? There was more? I honestly don't even remember this while editing, but okay. Alright, I'ma head out. Great, now they're guarding my house. At last, I finished them off. So the walls around the floating tree was pretty much done, I guess. I don't really know at this point. I do put a sign on it later, and I don't know when I do that, so I guess I can just show you that in the little tour. I also found this piece of white wool that I decided to place there probably at the beginning of the game, so I decided to do something with that. Why do I do the things that I do? I have no idea why I do this. Everyone meet Woolman. There's him right there. Then I just happened to find another piece of wool that's in this cave, so I guess this is the Woolman's little brother, I guess. I don't know why I even considered doing this. I didn't want to break the wool. But why would I do that? Floating tree. Magical. Gives life. It floats. Yeah. Also, just want to say that the villager rock, I wanted to kind of keep that way because it also symbolizes kind of what happened at the raid, and also I kind of like it. It's pretty cool. Like, I'm not even trying to be mean to the villagers when I'm saying that they should live under a rock. It's kind of just cool. Anyway, that's the ending of the first recording. I promise you the rest of them aren't this long. Because it's been Christmas and New Year's and everything, and I haven't got with this video. Did you like my Among Us video that came out just a little while ago? It's New Year's Eve by the time I'm recording this, by the way. Anyway, back to this. What was I talking about? I'm breaking this at the moment because I was planning on making this into something much better. Because this is on top of a hill, I kind of didn't want just like a normal building, so I thought, heck, I have materials, or I can get more materials easily. Why don't I just build a massive tower and waste my time? After that was done, I got to work at the building part. Yeah, this is gonna take a while, but it's gonna look awesome. Stacking up like this got a lot more scary the higher I went up. Good thing I have feather falling 4 leather boots, or else this next thing that will come up later, maybe not soon. Well, that's how it would have killed me. I am rambling about so much random stuff right now. You guys don't want to hear this. This started getting really high up. Just like the other builds, I wanted to go with the blue and red decoration thingies on the side. I don't really know what to call those, but I wanted to go with that, and little did I realize I would not have near enough for it. Is Jeopardy music copyright? If it isn't, then I would definitely play it in here, but I don't want to do the research on it because, you know, internet issues. Oh my gosh, I just skipped by so much recording. This is literally like half of this recording is just me getting flippin' Blackstone. And then I wanted to get all this warped stuff, but there was a ghast that was doing things that ghasts normally do. To be honest, I thought I got the Return to Sender achievement before this, but I guess now that I think of it, I really haven't been fighting ghasts too much, because in hardcore mode, I am scared to death of them, so I guess it makes sense. So then I continued to, you know, do this. After gathering Crimson, of course I have to gather Warped, because that's the design I decided to have, which, oh my gosh, I regret it. At least you can kind of look at my world fine from up here. The 2 new buildings I make that just fit in perfectly with the Acacia Village in my floating house. I certainly do love water so much it broke so many of my falls. Don't get me wrong, this was still super painful to make. Getting wood for some reason, heck I don't even remember why at this point. Check out the outside of it though. Okay, it's cool. Yeah. I do change the top of this castle later, or this tower, not the castle. I do change it later, but here's what I had at the moment. But later I decided to change it. Yeah, I just did that plenty of times. But so a bit earlier, while I was working on the thing, I decided to accidentally fail, and I fell out of the water, and then I fell and lost half my health. That did give me a heart attack. This was not the recording, but I couldn't find the actual recording, but that was kind of close to it. But it just makes me think about how OP leather, not leather boots, feather falling boots are, so I'm obsessed with that. And I just think that, like, I didn't want to risk it, but if you think about it, I'm pretty sure I could survive if you just jumped off of the top of it. Even if you jumped off the top and, like, off the hill, you still might be able to survive it, but it's hardcore mode, and I didn't want to risk that. 7 likes, and I will do it. 7 likes. I'm not doing it for 5, though, because it might get that. Now I'm getting rid of this because it looks like garbage. Also, to go along with the Blackstone kind of theme here, I decided to change my bridge. You can see it there, but I got distracted by an Enderman. Yeah, you can see that. I changed the bridge. I think it looks a lot nicer than stupid cobblestone. Well, this is the ending of recording 2. Starting off recording 3, I decided that I was going to finally make a storage system. I really needed this, but this is a really boring part of the video because all I'm doing is just transferring stuff over, so I can show this when it's done, I guess, because otherwise it'll be so boring. Also, just want to check in with the cows. They're doing fine. They're suffocating just like I want them to. I have you know that this was a long and painful I have you know it was a long and painful process to do all this, since none of my stuff was organized at all. Ha, yes, got it. And also, I said, like, way back in the series that why should I organize stuff when I have hardly anything? I should organize stuff, because otherwise I'm never gonna get to it. Jeez. I don't even know if that makes sense or not, but okay, whatever. It took me forever to decide what to put in here because I didn't want to put like normal blocks because that just looks ugly. So it took me like forever. These guys were trying to harness all the power of the floating tree to themselves, so I had to kill them. Selfish people. At this point, I went into messed up chests, grabbed everything I could, and then I just sorted it out. I used the messy way to not mess things up, basically. I was actually just killing these monsters for XP because I wanted to get them. Ooh, leather boots, feather falling 4 and protection 3. Those are actually really good leather boots. I should wear them. Put away the last few things that I needed to put away, and my storage room was finished. Believe it or not, in this recording I still wanted to do another project, even after all that. You hardly see any of it in the video, but I actually skipped by so much footage. Me thinking about where to put the enchanting room. Just dig a hole right here and no one will notice. Just like all my other builds, I went in this without any preparation, so I kind of just went here and started placing down polished diorite because I never really prepare myself for any builds. I kind of just go at it and see what I can do better. getting carried away and placing down all the enchantings and just doing it real quickly just before I even, like, finish the build. That's a terrible idea. Literally a minute later, I have to start breaking it with my Silk Touch shovel. Took forever. Then I got rid of another limb on my house, and just, I had so much of these, and I just wanted to get rid of them. I also got rid of this part, which, now that I think of it, I kind of regret. Working on the walls, woohoo, big deal, on to the next part. By the way, this is how I'm getting all the stone, by using that furnace and the cobblestone, and then I use a stone cutter to make it into stone bricks. I worked with a lot of stuff here. I wanted to, there was 2 entrances. There's a ladder that goes up to the storage room just for, like, easy transportation, and there's another door. So I tried to have it spread apart like this, and then I put, like, chests and stuff on the side. You'll see the ending part of it soon. So there's that part pretty much. Wanted to get some more XP so I can use my enchantment room, but all I found was this Enderman. Guys, my house is fat! I wanted to do something with the house, but at this point, I had no idea what I could do to fix that terrible mess. Using a warped door because it looks like magical and mystical and all that enchantment stuff for the enchantment room, and also because that was like the only door that I had in there, and I didn't want to craft another one because I'm lazy. The overall goal for this whole building thing is to make the whole place better to look at and more lively, and part of that is like making more stuff because lots of my stuff is spread out and I don't have much building. So I decided to make a little animal pen for sheep, and I'm eventually gonna have like every single color sheep in there, unless I die before then, hopefully not. But I'm gonna have every single color sheep, and that can start with the sheep that I get. Why do I keep voice cracking? What the heck? Filling in this grass hole with dirt was a pain in the grass. After patching in that big hole, I wanted to put water there for, you know, a pond or something. What was wrong with that water? Oh yeah, also there were pillagers. Ugh. I went so far just to get a cow. Those cows were so far away, probably because I massacred all the ones in the area. I don't remember why I harvested this sugarcane, but I did. Oh yeah, that's why. For emeralds and XP. Yeah, I definitely need to get more emeralds and need to learn how to actually trade with the villagers more, so I'm gonna do that in a video later. But remember, this is like some of my first times actually doing survival world slowly, so I'm not the best at it. Then I decide to face my fears and fight through the night. I'll get XP faster, mostly. Then I decided that I wasn't because there was scary zombies. Then I thought, whatever, no one cares. Oh, and then I got a little low, as you can see there. I got just a little low. It wasn't too big of a deal, but it still scared me, so I ran away and ate food. Then I was cornered by zombies on a bridge. Kind of like an epic moment in like a movie or something. It was kind of cool. And then here, I got a music disc. Like, somehow I wasn't even intending for it to happen, but I turned around, looked back, bam, there's a music disc. At this point in time, I really didn't care though, because the sound didn't work on my computer, but I figured out how to make the sound work, but it still doesn't pick up on OBS. And also, same with Discord, I can talk with people and I can hear stuff on my computer, not Among Us though, but I can hear it, but just it doesn't pick up on OBS, so maybe it's an OBS problem, I don't know. I'm deeply sorry, sometimes I just have to talk to you about some of the random things that are behind the scenes as of recording, and I just ramble on about it. You guys are like my therapy sometimes, my 36 subscribers. Also, I decided to get Aqua Affinity for my helmet. Yeah. Hey, did you forget about this little sanctuary I made for the sheep. It's I put the new sheep here, and then I had my first 3 colors. I could just put like a normal white sheep in there, but I haven't yet. But anyway, this was the ending of recording 3. So, yeah. In recording number 4 of the 5 recordings, yes, you're almost there, and then you can click off of the video, or you can right now, I don't know. But in this one, obviously you can see I'm tearing down that terrible sheep pen I made because I moved the sheep out now. And there's just some places with like creeper explosions, and there I covered it up too because I want this world to look overall better. Also, in this one, I forgot to change my skin while I was recording because I was like trolling somebody, and so you're gonna have to deal with this for recording number 4. For this next part, I needed quartz, and I realized I need a lot of it, and later I realized I need a lot too, and I realized that like I never really used quartz because I just felt like it was expensive even though it's not, and I didn't realize that like it's so easy to get, and it also gives you so much XP, so then I don't have to fight a bunch of mobs every night and risk my life. Instead, I can risk my life in the nether and getting quartz, so I did get quartz. What I wanted to do is to build a house for my horse named Gerald. If you're wondering why it's an actual house and not a stable, is because first off, I have no idea how to make stables. Sometimes I don't even know what a stable is, and for a name like Gerald, I just feel like, I don't know, I thought it'd be funny if I just made a modern house for somebody named Gerald, because that's just like a normal, casual, male human name. I also had to make a lot of stairs for these. I usually don't even make stairs, so I realized they're actually really annoying to deal with and kind of annoying to make. Yep, glowstone for lighting. Am I giving my horse too much? And then I went off to get some quartz. I don't know if I got enough. And I almost died to lava. I'm an actual noob, and I don't know how to play the game. Mining right into lava. I don't know why I wanted to build this house with quartz. I guess I kind of wanted to make it look modern, but I completely fail at that in the end. As I'm editing this video, I'm looking back at the terrible choices I made while doing this build, and I am in disappointment. You cows better move your bodies. I did some interior decorating. Horses need a bed, a human bed of course. They need a hay. Why am I yawning? Then I slept in the horse's bed because he didn't like it. That must be unsanitary in some sort of way. Because I had enough levels from the quartz, I decided to enchant my leggings. I got protection 3 on them and unbreaking 3. That's good enough for now. Now, because I made a little personal place for the horse, I needed to make a little personal place for my cat Lacey. And, now I only need a place for the parrots. Or I could kill them, that'd make it easier. Guys, I'm gonna ask you a question, you'll have to answer this with the most honest thing you can. Isn't that just the sweetest thing in the entire universe? And that's about all I did in recording 4. I was really tired that day, and I honestly didn't feel like doing it, but I knew I didn't build in this world for a long time. Oh yeah, by the way, that's where I'm keeping the stuff that the kitty drops. In that chest there. Cats like chests. For all these previous recordings, I had no idea what I wanted to do to my house. I had no idea what could fix that. So I eventually realized I didn't really want to change my house too much because I liked my house. And it kind of just gives remembrance because that was like the weird house, and I didn't really want to make it look normal and get rid of that shape. So I thought just because the bottom looks really weird and the bottom looks overweight, I decided to just do something small and simple to kind of make that part look a little better. Now my house looks like it's on stilts, and it's not even aligned. I am amazing at fixing things. Just saying, throughout this entire video, I've been collecting melons just off and on. You'll probably wonder why I have so many melons, so I guess I should probably tell you now why I'm like almost 30 minutes into the video. You thought I was done with the nether, but nope. Now it is time to start transforming the villages. This was painful, and I didn't even get all of them done, but it's fine because of variety and also laziness. These houses really needed fixed though. Some of the houses didn't even have doors in them, and other ones had crafting tables just buried in the ground, and it was from the cause of me, so I must fix this. I didn't mess with my very old house though. I will not mess with it. Then I decided to fill in that little weird stilt thing I made and turn it into a little room for whatever reason, which will eventually be a parrot room. Perfect, because I need to do something with my parrots. And I decided to use this weird stone block, and I don't even know why I decided to use the stone block. Continuing on with that, or actually stopping doing it because it was boring, I decided to do these leaves and new trails. Turns out I had like nowhere near enough. Stop running away, wandering no sea pickle trader. No sea pickles, no life. Nobody knows the rule. Perfect leaves next to the trails, absolutely flawless. My whole world is absolutely flawless. It's just so... Man, all this warped fungi and all the crimson fungi, I decided to use that as a wall, and I'm gonna still need to work on that room a bit more in this next part of the recording. I might as well say it, I decided to use the rest of this wool, which I was going to use to make a spaceship, but out of my house, but I realized I didn't want to do that, and that would be so awkward to make. I decided to use that wool that I had to colorize, to make this room all colorful. Yay, it's so colorful. Then, after the painful process of getting my parrots into there, I decided to end off the long 5 recording video that I have made. After this very long video, I just didn't really want to do too much to my house. Sorry for a little letdown at the end, but I realized I just wanted to keep it kind of like how it was at the beginning of when I found it. But that's pretty much how I left off this video, this recording. I want to get back to doing other stuff other than building. Sure, this isn't like the best building in the world, but still, definitely it's better than what it was before, and I want to get back to what hardcore was, is action and everything. Here I was trying to look at my world, but I realized it's actually quite hard to do that, and that's what I want to use for this little thing at the top, so I decided to kind of switch it up a bit later. But the tour's coming soon. I'm gonna show everything that I made, if I can remember everything, but I'm going to show everything in the tour, and just, why did I do that? I'm gonna do a tour on everything. I know it's quite hard to see a lot of stuff in here. I took a deep breath before this, but then I ended up almost yawning. What am I talking about now? I don't know, but here it was. Here's my world. I'm doing a tour soon, and then we'll get back into hardcore. I don't want to, like, die quickly, don't get me wrong. I want to survive in this hardcore world, but I'm going to start making more videos of it because I want it to end faster, because I'm going to start branching out and stop doing, like, things like series, because that's, especially in the, when I just started YouTube, isn't a good way for me to get bigger. So after this and the no moving, which is pretty much dead, I'm gonna do other stuff that will hopefully have me branch up there. But I hope you enjoyed. This is kind of a long video, so I decided to obviously voice over everything, and I say that was definitely a good idea, because as I said before, I don't want to edit it. You guys wouldn't want to watch all of that. That scared the heck out of me too, by the way. Just saying. But anyway, that was all for this one. It is all for this one. Those cows are doing fine, by the way. See ya.